part when they ask man questions. I just leave that thing and I ghost. I've got bare man asking questions that I can't answer unless you're bro. No, you can never sit at my table if you talk with nothing to show. Them boys there, they look like rookies. Me and my guys went rookies to pro.
Hi guys, and welcome back again to Skye News at BDTV. I must say that there's not that much news or nothing really happening on the blogs this week for me to bring you. However, as I do, I'm going to bring you whatever news there is. So thank you for subscribing, thank you for tuning in again, and here we go with the latest news to hit the blogs and the headlines this Kanye week. West has officially been declared as a billionaire according to Forbes magazine. Now, a bit of the story behind this is the rapper turned gospel leader is said to have sent numerous texts to someone who works within the Forbes team asking them to review his finances. After months of pushing, Forbes has now published Kanye as an official billionaire, and his net worth is said to be valued at 1.05 billion pounds. His stake in the Yeezy sneaker line, which Forbes describes as one of the great retail stories of the century, has obviously helped pushed him more towards that billionaire status. Obviously, before he made the Yeezy sneaker line, he obviously was doing his music, like big tracks like what other songs did he? I can't, off the top of my head, I can't even remember, to be honest with you. But he's got so many songs that he's got a song with. I'm sure he's got a song with Rihanna. I never really listened to Kanye, to be honest with you, but I know he had some bangers. He had some bangers that if I heard it, I'd be like, yeah, I remember that song. So, anyways, it says this now makes Kanye West hip hop's second billionaire after Jay-Z. Now, if we remember a few months back, Kanye West's sister-in-law, which is Kylie Jenner, Forbes was quick to publish Kylie Jenner as a self-made billionaire. The whole world basically went a bit crazy when this was announced in Forbes magazine, due to the fact that obviously she has come from a very well-known family. Obviously the Kardashians, they're saying that she had a lot of support and that she had a lot of help, so how can she be classed as a self-made billionaire? Forbes basically later on did say that the reason why they have classed her as a self-made billionaire, as although she had the right channels, as in although she had a good support behind her, i.e. the Kardashians, i.e. Kris Jenner, who's obviously a momager, meaning manager, and their mum, that all her worth has basically come from all of the products or all of everything that she's done. So that's why they called her self-made. We've got to give the girl credit where the credit's due. Self-made, whether you've had a lot of help from your family or not, she's done very well for herself. But at the same time, it's very interesting to see that with Kanye West, that we can definitely say Kanye hasn't had no help. He comes basically from the ghetto. Do you get me? Like, his mum lived in a little shack with him as a little boy, and Kanye was making like beats in the back room of his mum's house back in the day and that. So it's just interesting that Kanye had to push for, Forbes to give him that acknowledgement, whereas Kylie Jenner, she got that acknowledgement straight away. But as I've said, well done Kanye, well done Kylie, they're all doing well. The Kardashian / West family, they're just rising up and up. So well done to you, Kanye West. He has made something out of nothing. I personally don't like the Yeezy trainers, sneakers as the Americans will call it, but they do bang, they do rake in the money. So just to recap, Kanye West has now officially been declared as a billionaire, which makes him the second richest rapper on the Forbes list after Jay-Z. And we all know Jay-Z has got an empire of however many billions, and his superstar wife Beyonce. But well done to you, Kanye West. This week, Priti Patel has warned the public that they need to stay at home over the warmer weekends or face tougher lockdown measures. Basically, she's saying that we are in our 5th week of lockdown now, and it is getting to a lot of people. And obviously, we're in summer now. The days are longer, the nights are shorter, the sun's shining. So everybody understandably wants to be out there, but we have to remember it is coronavirus. So basically, Priti Patel is saying that the warm weekend is prompting concerns about public travel and how the public are ignoring the lockdown measures that have been put in place since the 23rd of March. It said that Priti Patel is expected to condemn those who ignore the travel restrictions and the travel ban, and has not ruled out granting the police additional powers to keep people in lockdown for a bit longer. Now, I can understand the concerns of the government. Obviously, with the UK, England have just got over the curve, the peak of the corona. So yes, figures are going down. Instead of 900, 1,000 deaths a day, we are now down to probably about 750, between 750 and 900 deaths a day, which is still a lot of deaths. But the social distancing measures, the lockdown measures, they are obviously working. However, all the hard work that the UK and the government and us as civilians have put into disrupting our daily lives and just everything like that, I think that she's trying to just stress that this isn't going to last forever. So even though, she knows that we don't want to be locked in our houses, that don't go outside. Don't go outside. Don't use it as an excuse to go and have a barbecue, because coronavirus is still out there. Obviously, one thing when I read this, I thought to myself, well, I find it very cheeky that she would tell the police to give police permission for tougher lockdown measures, because wasn't it about last week where on London Bridge there was a load of police officers and paramedics and just normal general public all standing close proximity towards each other clapping for the NHS. Now, 100% clap for the NHS, but the same police that are quick to give fines and are quick to put everybody in lockdown are the same police that aren't even really adhering to their own lockdown rules and regulations and social distancing measures anyway. But just to reinforce, guys, just make sure you stay at home. The curve is flattening now. The peak hopefully has been reached, unless we have another spike. So just hopefully there's an end in sight. So just, guys, please stay at home. Please be safe. Still continue social distancing. I know it's warm outside. I think the highest temperature we reached this week was about 25, because I know I was driving in my car to go and do my 1 hour little weekly shop, and my car was telling me it was 25.6 outside, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I don't even have a garden, so I just had to open all the doors on my balcony and just relax. But we're nearly there. We've come so far. There's not that much longer to go. So come on, guys. We can, as a country, as a society, we can do this. So just to recap, Priti Patel is concerned that the warmer weather over the weekends and over the coming weeks is going to make people relax and want to go out or just meet up with friends. But she's saying basically, if we do that, she will give police additional powers to implement the social distancing and to basically tighten up the rules around lockdown. So please, guys, just stay inside. Last week I brought you the news about KFC reopening a few of their branches nationwide. This week it's McDonald's. So it's been said that McDonald's is in talks of reopening some of their restaurants in mid-May for drive-through and takeaway services only. Now, nothing is set in stone. This is just talks that are being said, because obviously we're reaching a point where, like I said before, the peak is flattening now, and the government are thinking about relaxing some businesses and allowing some businesses to go back to work. So McDonald's has said that some of the McDonald's restaurants within the UK and Ireland will soon be able to eat again, after McDonald's has said it is to reopen some restaurants on a limited basis come mid-May. Hopefully we can all get our McDonald's soon are McChicken sandwich. To me, I'm a fish fillet girl. My favourite McDonald's dish is fish fillet, extra tartar sauce, large fries, and a Pepsi, and a Fanta with no ice. So I know if that does happen, I will be going to my McDonald's and I will be getting my fish fillet burger, because that is definitely one of the foods I have missed. So just to recap, McDonald's is in talks, and it has been said that come mid-May they will look to see if it is appropriate, with government's permission, to reopen some of their restaurants within the UK and Ireland on a take-away or drive-through basis only. So a bit of coronavirus update for you guys today. So it has now been confirmed that 20,287 people have now been confirmed to have died from COVID-19, aka coronavirus, which has put the government into the worst case scenario phase of the virus, basically. So it said that Downing Street's lead scientific advisors said deaths were likely to rise between 7,000 to 20,000, but figures rose to 20,287 after another 781 people were said to have died in UK hospitals after contracting the virus. The government has said that without the lockdown measures, however, it was expected that 250,000 people were expected to have died from COVID-19, aka coronavirus. So obviously the lead experts are saying that the government, society as a whole have done very well to keep the numbers under the 250,000 mark. However, we have now passed the 20,000 mark. It said that the UK as a whole, we still have a very long way to go. It's been said that although the government are to draw up a plan of how we're going to exit the lockdown and a lockdown exit strategy routine, that there possibly will need to be some kind of social distancing measures still in place, at least until the end of the year, or until they can find a suitable vaccine. Now, when I say that social distancing measures are likely to be in place to the end of the year, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're all going to have to be in our houses to the end of the year, but they may just keep with the 2 metre apart distancing, and maybe even, I know my local Tesco, they've got like a grid mark system, so you go up one aisle, down the other, which seems to be working. But what I find is, even when I go into Tesco, say for instance I walk into Tesco and you've got someone here, you know, like people like to stop and browse, they like to stop and they like to look at their different cabbages. I see a lot of people waiting behind like the woman that's looking at the cabbages, or the man that's looking at the carrots, like scared to pass. I'm sorry, I don't have time, considering we're all on a 1 hour time scale, I do not have time to wait behind a woman that wants to check out the cabbages, so I will walk in between them, not touch them, obviously. I will say sorry, but we've all got our own stuff to do. So as much as the grid system is good, it's very, I wouldn't even say it's extra, I would just say for the people that just want to get in, get out, it's hard work, because everyone kind of looks at you like, oh my god, you just walked past them. Well, I'm sorry, like I said, I don't have time to wait. But just to recap, the UK has now passed the 20,000 worst case scenario case in this pandemic, with figures reaching 20,287 people that have now died from COVID-19. As I have just said, it has been said that there may need to be some kind of social distancing measures put in place until the end of the year, or possibly even longer, until there is a vaccine that can be found, because obviously we don't want to come out of lockdown and then there's a spike in new cases again. The government is set next week to be in talks and to draw up a exit lockdown strategy routine. I'm not sure as yet when that will be published, but just be sure that I will give you all the up-to-date information as and when I receive it. So that's the
Quick
coronavirus
recap
news.
of
The news that I've just given you today, that is Kanye West has officially become a billionaire. He is said to be worth an estimated 1.05 billion, with a lot of his finances and a lot of his wealth coming from the Yeezy trainer line that he created. So, well, Priti Patel has said that she is concerned that the warmer weather over the coming weekends and the coming weeks is going to make everybody basically break social distancing measures. So Priti Patel has said that she will contemplate, she will be thinking about giving police additional powers to keep people inside their houses and to enforce social distancing. Another recap on the other news as well. McDonald's is set to reopen hopefully in mid-May. Now, this is not set in stone. However, McDonald's has said that they do understand that their loyal customers are missing McDonald's, and if and when they do open in mid-May, it will be some of the restaurants in the UK and Ireland, and it will only be for a takeaway or drive-through basis. They said they will give much more information as to dates and what branches will be open as and when they see fit. Lastly, the coronavirus death toll has now risen above the 20,000 mark, with the latest figures announced to be 20,287. Basically, where we hopefully have reached a peak. The peak seems to be flattening out, but obviously we have experienced a lot of deaths, a lot of people have died, a lot of people have injured, and a lot of people have lost a lot of family members. So guys, just remember, stay home, stay safe, and just remember to social distance, okay? This isn't gonna last forever. So guys, that's it from Skye News at BDTV. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you tune in next week, where I'll be once again bringing you the latest news and gossip to hit the blogs and the headlines this week. Remember to stay home, stay safe, and I'll see you next week.